Hello, everybody. Louise Edington, Cosmic Owl of Cosmic Owl Astrology, and the Venus, excuse me, retrograde is drawing to an end. I have to say that the Venus retrograde journey class that I have been running has been amazing and off the charts. And I personally have had so many openings, awakenings, whatever you want to call it. And I think the class has too. It's been just such an off the charts journey. And of course, this Venus station direct really starts to move us towards the next stages in the Venus cycle. So I'm going to look a little bit at that today. I'm going to look a little bit at Venus cycle in general. Well, I'll talk a little bit about it. I don't want to get too technical. I just want you to feel into it because Venus is the closest planet to Earth. She represents love, our relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our core values, our social mores and ways of being, our relationship to beauty and creativity as well, and many, many other things. Venus is a multifaceted planet that actually does have a dark side, by the way, but we won't talk about that today. Excuse me. Anyway, so I am wearing my rosary today, and you're like, you're not religious and you're not this. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that the rosary is very associated with Venus too, as are rose windows in churches. It's kind of the divine feminine that has been hidden in plain sight and turned into this virgin mother thing that, was, well, anyway, my opinion on that one. So there are modern ways to pray the rosary. It's a bit like using mala beads, but just at its essence, if you think about it, this is a circle that's around my neck, and then most rosaries have a cross on the bottom here. But this actually represents the Venus symbol, which is a circle, the cross of spirit, sorry, the circle of spirit on the cross of matter. So there's a group on Facebook called The Way of the Rose that does a lot of praying on the rosary and praying to the goddess and praying to the divine feminine in whatever form it shows up. Okay, and so pagan ways to do it are praying to the Earth Mother. There's various modern ways to pray the rosary, or you can make your own up, whatever feels right. So I thought I'd mention that because Venus has been really powerful in this retrograde. But anyway, let's share the chart and just look at Venus stationing direct and then talk about where all this is going a little bit. But please don't forget to subscribe. Know that I've opened my YouTube memberships up and combined it with my paid Substack memberships. So they both get the same benefits of a call every month, which if we grow the membership will become more than one call. With a form to ask questions, you also get a discount off consultations, and I will be adding things. So anyway, if you want to join the weave at a deeper level, it's really inexpensive to do so. The YouTube membership for that level is $6.99 a month, and you get the opportunity to come on and ask questions and talk to me face to face and things like that. Anyway, so April the 12th, Venus stations direct. So here we have Venus stationing direct. Yes, I have quite a few extra bodies on my chart, and some people go, I'm an astrologer, and somebody said it was like walking into a messy room I don't want to be in. And I'm like, well, don't walk in then. I use extra bodies. It's my choice. It's my channel, my astrology. I do it. I take them in and out as they're speaking to me. Some have become essential to me. It's the way I work. Don't like it? Don't watch. Close your eyes. Listen to the audio anyway. Whatever. I always, it just cracks me up how people can come on and just go, I don't like this. And I'm like, do you expect me to say, okay, I'll change how I do everything just because of one comment? Anyway, so Venus stations direct at 24 degrees 37 minutes. Pisces conjunct Saturn. There's me saying, lay down the law of my channel. And the North Node is at 27 Pisces. Mercury is at 28 Pisces. So these are all together really as Venus stations direct. I'm not going to talk about everything, but it is in aspects still to Mars. Venus and Mars have been doing this dance that will take them to their next conjunction later. And this is going to launch several cycles. So I'll come back and share the chart a little bit then. But let me go to what I've written about this and talk to you about this station direct. So this really is a soul woven threshold. This is just on Saturday at 24 Pisces. It's just after the full moon, the Libra full moon, which was, I've done a whole video on that as well. That's at 23 Libra. So, you know, they're both really happening together because it's in minutes. The sun is exactly conjunct Shaman Chiron. So this is no ordinary station direct. On this full moon, this is a soul realignment. Remember, this Venus retrograde has taken us through a Mercury retrograde in the same signs and degrees, and also to eclipses and lunar maximum, and we're at solar maximum. But we are leaving the underworld of the retrograde. We're beginning a new journey of value, love, self-worth, sacred reciprocity, one that will unfold over 9 and 18 months and 8 years, incidentally. And this is like a new Venus, or when the sun met Venus back on March the 22nd at 2 Aries was like a new Venus. That was the Venus star point. And so when Venus rises to her full light at 16 Capricorn in January of 2026, that will be like the first birthing, like the new moon, taking action, building, creating. And then we also begin a longer goodbye. The next Venus star point after this one comes in October 2026 at 0 Scorpio. And that will be the last Scorpio star point for over 100 years, so in our lifetimes. So we are really in the final chapters of a deeper karmic cycle, and what we choose now will echo forward. So as we mentioned, Venus is basically stationing direct on a Venus guided full moon, Libra full moon. And Libra asks, where are you still seeking balance through external approval? Chiron answers, you do not need to be perfect to be whole. This is the mirror of healing, raw, relational, and real. The full moon illumines what the heart is ready to release, not as punishment, but as permission. So I want to look at the symbols for this as well, and then maybe give you some final thoughts as well. And I've got some cards as well. So Venus pauses at 25 degrees of Pisces, a rich degree, very rich with symbolism. So the Sabian symbol for this degree is the purging of the priesthood. Wouldn't that be good? A radical clearing of false authority. What belief systems no longer hold your truth? What inner gatekeeper are you ready to release? And that speaks to me so much of this Venus-Saturn conjunction, you know, that has just been exact on the station and will be exact again as Venus moves forward. But this is releasing a lot of that, the priesthood, the reliance on the old laws, the hierarchical kind of energy, but also this belief that we need an intermediary to connect with our own inner truth and our own inner knowing and source. No more intermediaries. Guides, Teachers, sure, but you do not need intermediaries anymore, which is kind of funny when I'm wearing a Catholic rosary. But anyway, maybe that's going to die. This kind of talk that this Pope is the last Pope. We'll see, I guess. We're in this amazing time of transformation. Now, the Chandra symbol, John Sandbacher's symbol for this degree, is people and animals frightened during an eclipse. Please don't panic. So, because we, of course, are still under the eclipse energy. The moon's nodes are still at 27 degrees of Virgo and Pisces as they sit through the eclipse season, because I use the true calculation. They have not moved on yet. And so this Chandra symbol is not about danger. This is about vulnerability. The unknown can feel terrifying before it becomes awe. Stay with it. Let your fear speak and then let it soften. Speak to you, speak to whatever. Okay. Because there's a lot of scary out there right now. Talk to your fears. Okay. And the Omega symbol reads, on top of a high hill, a circle of standing stones. Oh, now there is an ancient remembering in this moment. You are standing within your own sacred circle. Can you feel it? I love that one. Now then, I pulled 3 cards for this new Venusian journey, which is kind of funny because I have been posting the card as the image with my Substack, and I got a warning on Blue Sky of all places, which I love, the fairly new social media site, that it contained adult content because these cards have naked people on them. But anyway, so maybe I won't use them as my main image anymore because my article got hidden. So anyway, the cards, this one, the Hierophant. Oh, my card, because I'm a life path 5. And I love this image. Look at these sacred symbols, because what a Hierophant really does is make sense of interpreting what the symbols mean, like an astrologer. And this is a bee here, which is knowledge coming down from above through this crown, which incidentally has 9 stars. I suspect there's 3 underneath, 12 stars for the 12 signs, maybe. Anyway, but this Hierophant is not the dusty Pope card from tradition. Many of talking about purging the patriarchy. This is the inner teacher, the embodied wisdom. Venus asks, what truth do you live by now? Not what you were taught, but what your heart has remembered. Wow. Then I pulled, because this station direct is worthy of 3 cards, the legacy card, the 10 of discs. Not just wealth, but soulful sustainability. You're being asked, what are you building that will last? What seeds are you planting in your relationships, your body, your creative world? And then I pulled the 7 of discs. This is also speaking to Venus conjunction with Saturn on this station, time, the patience of becoming. Not everything will bloom overnight, but trust, something is growing. This is the card of sacred tending. Keep going. So this is a rebirth of kind of epic proportions, not a lightning flash, but a soft returning. Venus is emerging from the deep waters, the amniotic fluid, the oceanic energy of Pisces, salt-soaked, love-tested, and clear. And so are you. This is the beginning of a new myth you are living. Let it be woven with beauty. Let it be rooted in worth. Let it echo through time. So I do just want to show you a little bit further ahead, because this is a Venus journey. And incidentally, I have Venus conjunct Neptune in Scorpio right at the top of my chart, all within 2 degrees. So this is why Venus speaks to me so much. So I do just kind of want to move you forward a little bit to Venus is going to move back into Aries, just to kind of show you the patient side that you need, how we're moving forward. So Venus will not move back into Aries until April the 30th. So, that's when Aries really move forward. She will have passed Saturn again. She will have passed Neptune again. I mean, the North Node, but she's going to meet Neptune again. So I did go into massive detail on that in my class, but this is just a shorter video. And then I want to take you to, so that's April the 30th. Venus will then pass the degree she's stationed retrograde at on May the 15th. So look at this point. Ceres, the Great Mother, is about to join her as well. Saturn and the Great Mother are conjunct on that day at the last degree of Pisces. And I will tell you that Ceres, in the book I'm writing about her, has strong connections with Saturn, all right, in both her discovery chart and the chart of her reclassification as a dwarf planet in 2006. And I believe that she came into our consciousness to start the process of the collapse of the patriarchy that we are seeing now, for want of a better word. I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, this is huge. It's massive. Things will start changing and growing. Things will speed up once Venus has moved to 10 Aries. There will be other cycles I am going to talk about over the coming months. But oh no, sorry. But let me show you the journey I was talking about. So Venus will move behind the Sun in January of 2026, on an anniversary, incidentally, and and will be conjunct Mars on that day for her underworld journey behind the Sun, when we kind of reach the full Venus. But look, it's opposing Jupiter, where Mars is now. Mars is round to the other side. I still think we're building new systems, new structures out of necessity, because we've seen the old ones are not working and they are being taken down. I still think we're going to be absolutely okay. A lot more I could say, but more on that into the future. And then that 19-month journey I talked about is on October the 3rd, 2026. And that one's at 0 Scorpio, conjunct Haumea, who is a creatrix. She's all about creation and birthing new land, birthing new gods and goddesses and all kinds of things. And Haumea and Pluto are still in their ongoing square that lasts from 22 to 2028, that's helping us rebirth this new community. One other thing I do notice, though, at this point, just to give you a little hope that 2026 is going to change everything, the North Node at that point is right on the moon of the USA, saying the people are the way forward. I'm going to sum it up that way, because, I just feel like you all need some hope, right? With all this time, anyway, I won't go on. There's other things I could say, but I don't want to get too much in the weeds. I just want to mention that this looks so promising when we come back in. I've also looked at this chart with the lineups of many of these planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, all reaching 4 degrees before this Venus star point. But I will add that it is the last Venus star point in the sign of Scorpio. The Venus star points move slowly backwards over time, like an invisible heartbeat, running in the background of major change. Okay. And after the Venus Scorpio star point, the Venus star points will move into Pisces. Okay. Sorry, into Libra permanently. Sorry. We had the first Libra star point in October the 22nd, 2022 at 29 Libra. Yeah. And the next Libra star point is not going to be until 2030. So I told you we were heading into bigger cycles. But in 2028, we will have, I just feel like you need this hope to go forward, right? So that was the last Scorpio star point, 4 years after this in 2030. Sorry. I know I'd end up going off on one, but I hope you got all the, just fun bits at the beginning. And if you're not, don't want to hear me rambling, then, So October the 20th, 2030, Venus and the Sun will meet when she is direct. So that's like a full 4-year Venus from that first Libra star point, and that's at 27 Libra. And guess what? At the moment, we've got all this stuff at 27 degrees. So all this stuff is building. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. If you want to know more about the Venus cycle operating in the world, I think I need to put a course out just for that, because that's kind of why the bigger cycles kind of interest me even more, which is why I was called to do the Venus retrograde journey, I think. Anyway, much love. Know that this is such a time of rebirth. Know that you are being so reborn. Okay, this is just like absolutely off the charts. And talk to the divine feminine. She is rising. There's another card I pulled for the class. I'll show you that one though. Mary Magdalene is rising. Join that Way of the Rose group, or buy a rosary, or pray to Isis, or whichever version of the divine feminine goddess calls to you, because this is the divine feminine really rising now. I know you all kind of go, but what's happening in the world? But honestly, we've been predicting this for so long. It's rising, and it's rising in everybody. This is not just women. Much love. I love you. Bye-bye.